And I know that all I really need in order to succeed, all that I really need in order to stay on track to become that seven-figure coach is to stay in the room, be myself, and be the most confident version of myself that I can manage to be on an ongoing basis. And we all Hi, I'm Lisa Fox from lisafox.ie, and today I want to talk to you about the confidence to act like your future self. I love this topic because it's something that is very, very prominent for me at the moment. A little bit about me, if you don't already know me. I'm a confidence coach, and I have been working in this business only since the beginning of 2021. So I started my business in February, and I'm very much on track to become a six-figure coach this year. And the thought of that is just so exciting and so amazing to me that I sort of have very quickly started to realize that I like not only if I can be a six-figure coach in that quick an amount of time, what's possible for me next? So I've really been starting to own it that in the next few years, I'm so going to be a seven-figure coach. And I know that and I feel that very strongly. Look, who knows what the future holds? But it's my point is that it's just feels so possible now. It feels so possible because of everything that's happened in this last year. And I know that all I really need in order to succeed, all that I really need in order to stay on track to become that seven-figure coach is to stay in the room, be myself, and be the most confident version of myself that I can manage to be on an ongoing basis. And we all know confidence goes up and down. It's never a straight line, right? Never a straight line going this way, never a straight line going this way, never even a straight line going this way, although there are moments of all of that and that, of course. But generally speaking, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And but what I have figured out is that in the last few years, and the reason I became a confidence coach is that confidence is so a fucking skill. I used to think that confidence was something that you either had or you didn't have. And it was so elusive. And I just felt sorry for myself. And I felt really jealous and really like, who the hell do they think they are? Of the people who just seem to have natural confidence. And then I figured out, oh, this is actually something that you can build. This is actually something that you can learn no matter where you start. And it's become my superpower. But what I've started to really realize in the last few months is that there's another element to all of this. There's another element to this success that I'm calling in. It's so important to start to live and act like my future self, like the self that I see now that I see is so possible in the future. And it's so tempting to just hold off and wait. Like, oh, I'm going to, it's like what people say, like when they're trying to lose weight, I will be, when I lose all the weight, I'm going to feel really happy. Right. But actually, one of the keys to losing weight, one of the things that makes people really successful in losing weight is to feel happy now, on the journey. Right. And to start acting like the person who already is comfortable in their body, to start acting like the person who's already lost that weight. And that's such an easy example. There are so many other examples of this from my own life as well. But so what I've started to ask myself these days, because I really started realizing I was having that same attitude of, when I'm a seven-figure coach, I will start to relax. When I'm a seven-figure coach, I will start taking proper care of myself. When I break that seven-figure number, I'm going to really start, treating myself, looking after myself, eating better, not working around the clock. I'm going to take as many breaks as I need. When I'm a seven-figure coach, I'm going to get the support and help that I need in my business. And I've noticed those thoughts, particularly in the last few weeks. And it really dawned on me that I'm not acting as my future self. And I know how important it is. In order to manifest what you want, you have to start behaving as if it's already happened, right? And that's like, I always found that idea a little bit out there, a little bit not tangible. Like, how are you supposed to feel like it's happened if it hasn't already happened? So I now have changed it for myself, that I don't have to feel as if it's already happened. I just have to ask, how would I behave if it had already happened? And what would I be thinking? What way would I be thinking if it had already happened? And how would that be different to how I'm behaving or thinking now? Because by behaving and thinking as if it has already happened, or trying to at least, or trying to tune into that and lean more in that direction, I'm actually bringing it much closer to me, much quicker, and it will happen much quicker. So I realized I wasn't doing these things. I realized I wasn't eating properly. I realized, and it was all coming from this, like, I'll go into what the beliefs that were making me behave in the way that I was behaving. But I was overworking. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't taking proper breaks. I wasn't treating myself. I mean, I was treating myself here and there. It's like when I made a money goal, I was like, yep, okay, now I deserve a treat. But I'm starting to realize that I had it all backwards, and I wasn't living by the way that I know how to live. And I wasn't manifesting in the way that I know to manifest. I wasn't following my own advice. And the reason I wasn't following my own advice, doing the things I knew to do, attracting the way that I know to attract, manifesting the way that I know to manifest, was because it felt a little bit too audacious. It called for a little bit more confidence than I had. It called for a little bit more faith than I had. And guys, what is my formula? Confidence plus faith equals success. And I have proven that for myself time and time again. I've proven it with my clients time and time again. And I caught myself not having that confidence and not having that faith. Because I was like, yes, I have the confidence to be a six-figure coach, because that's kind of where I am. That's where it feels fine. It feels like I can step into that version of myself. I am that version of myself. But there's a different level of confidence and a different level of faith that needs to happen in order to step into the next level of yourself before you've even gotten there, to start acting like your future self. And when I realized that, I was like, oh my God, I need to step into this. I need to start acting a little bit more like my future self. And it triggers all sorts of things. And here's where the beliefs come in, right? So I did a bit of journaling on it, and I realized that what was going on was fundamentally, and this is not new information for me, right? But it's something that comes up and I have to kind of work through time and again. And that's fine. It's part of the process. The belief that was making me shrink away from acting like my future self was that I need to work harder than everybody else in order to succeed. And that comes from the idea that I'm not that clever. I've always had it. Who else has it? Who else has it? Tell me in the comments. Who else has it? That feeling, because this is like, look, we all have something, right? But it's like, it could be that for me, it's often, I'm not clever enough. I'm not clever enough to succeed. Other people, or I'm not clever enough to succeed just by being me. So I have to work harder than everybody else. Some people have it's the weight thing. I'm not thin enough to succeed. I am not groomed enough to succeed. I am not whatever. Insert your favorite excuse, right? Your favorite hang up, your favorite insecurity. Insert. And that's what's making you behave like your present self rather than your future self. And for me, it was I need to work harder than everybody else in order to succeed. So there's a belief that I can succeed, but in order to do it, I need to work harder than everybody else. So I was working too hard and I wasn't fully taking care of myself. So what do I need to believe in order to actually start acting a little bit more like my future self? Because here's what I also believed about my future self. I believed seven-figure Lisa would look after herself. Seven-figure Lisa would take breaks. Seven-figure Lisa would have the support that she needed. Seven-figure Lisa had it all figured out. And sure, seven-figure Lisa can start behaving like that when she is seven-figure Lisa. But the other thing is, there's also a strong belief in me that I could get to the seven figures with the beliefs that I have, but at what cost? Because if I get to the seven figures with being present Lisa, being this version of me, or the version of me from a couple of weeks ago, I could get there, but I'd probably, be in very poor health. Right, so what's the point in being seven-figure Lisa and being ill Lisa? It's not much point. What's the point in being seven-figure? Not that there's not much point. There's a point, of course. Like if you're ill, it helps to have money. But I want to be healthy seven-figure Lisa. I want to be seven-figure Lisa who takes care of herself. And the thing about it is, if I get to that point in the way that I'm doing it, and it is possible, it's going to be at a huge cost to myself. And I'm going to have further enforced the belief that I only got there because I worked harder than everybody else, and I did it at the cost of my health, and that's how I did it. So it's so important for me to now absolutely change those beliefs and keep going, right? So change the belief of I have to work harder than everybody else. And the way I change any belief is by choosing a different belief and then proving the other belief, right? So choosing the different belief is like, do I have to work harder than everybody else to succeed? I don't. There's plenty of people, far more stupid than I am who have succeeded. There are plenty of people far more lazy than I am who have succeeded. It can be done. It's all about what you're actually thinking, feeling about yourself. So for me, I want future Lisa to be relaxed, enjoying her success, and not working herself into the ground. So I need to start now embodying that. I need to start now being her. And just tell myself a different story. Let a different subconscious thoughts and beliefs run the show instead of the ones that are just there. So you have to rewire that, and I am in the process of rewiring it, right? So now I'm really working on believing that I get to eat properly. So I'm like every day making sure I have a good breakfast, a good lunch, a good dinner. I'm not drinking too much. I'm not, relying on sugar, which I was doing a lot. I was eating a lot of sugar. I take a proper lunch break. I'm not working in the evenings for the most part, which I had been doing as well. And this is only the last couple of weeks. And what's happened is I've actually realized that through making the commitment to do that and embody future me a little bit more, I'm having much more inspired ideas about my business. I'm having much more success in drawing the right type of person to me for my business, more of my ideal clients. And it's no accident. It's no mistake. It's because I'm embodying seven-figure Lisa. I'm asking her, what would she do? This seven-figure version of myself that I want to create. I ask her, what would you do? And then I try to do that as best I can. I commit to trying as much as I can to do what she says. And it's just about tuning into that intuition and asking the question and being open to the answers and committing to taking the advice of your future self. So, yeah, the biggest and I think most difficult part of this, and I know that this is going to resonate with you, is the audacity. Is the who am I to treat myself like that? It's the who am I to speak about this future version of myself and embody her. What will people think of me? You know, if I'm spouting all this stuff about confidence and success and practicing what I preach and showing up as the fullest, most full of myself in the best possible way version of myself. Because I know there are a lot of people who are probably looking at me right now going, uh-huh, yeah, whatever. Who does she think she is? Look at that upstart. Of course there are. Of course there are people. And what I'm really having to deal with in my mind is allowing people to have their own thoughts and feelings, because the one thing that I absolutely know for a fact is that there are a lot of other people, actually far more people, actually probably 99% of people are not thinking those things about me and are going, oh my goodness, if she can behave in that way, maybe I could too. If she can think that much of herself and embody that, maybe I could too. And those are the people that I'm showing up for. Those are the people who I am here for. Those are the people I want to inspire and I want to draw closer to me and bring into my life. So who is ready? Who is ready to embody their future selves? Who's ready to step up, perhaps with all the feelings of fear, and do it anyway, for the good of themselves, for their highest selves, but also for the good of everybody? And know that the few people who might go, don't matter. They don't matter. And a lot of the time, those people actually come round. A lot of the time, those people, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that have said to me, I was sort of judging you. I was kind of going, oh my God, what is she on about now? And now I've started to really listen to you. And now I've started to follow your advice. And actually, things are going much better for me. And I go, oh, thank God. Thank God I had the audacity to get to the level that I had been at already, because people needed that. And now people need me to get to another level. And I'm there for that. And I'm there for myself for that. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. The only problem with it is that fear of judgment. But we all judge. And you judge. And I judge. And I know I've judged wrongly in the past. So it's all good. It's all good. Step into your future self. You are ready. Ask your future self, what would she do? Ask her, what would you do? What would you do if you had everything that you wanted? If you're in that situation where everything's gone well, the magic wand has been waved, everything has gone well, all of the dreams have come true. Advise me. What would you do as me, as your past self in this moment? And then try to follow that advice. My lovelies, I love you so much. Confidence plus faith equals success. And I've learned my own lesson in the last couple of weeks. And I hope you join me and just stay with it too. Mwah! See you soon.